Hi. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Trauma.HQ. My name's Olivia and this is where we sit by the pond and we have a little chat. Now, a few years ago, a clip went viral of this group of people doing an IQ test to see who would have the higher IQ.
Maria, I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in a biotech industry. Personally, I think intelligence is both EQ, IQ, and that common sense, street smart intelligence. When I saw you, I told myself, Maria, do not judge him just by his looks.
I like your definition.
I know, I was gonna say, I like my definition. Me, I don't know. PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 testing kits. Tyler, he ranked last for me personally because the way he carries himself. He was ranking intelligence based on his point of view and not taking in other people's point of views and compiling results. I literally thought when you said to open the computer, we're gonna look at social media, that I didn't think an IQ test would be part of it.
It was kind of expected. We're being ranked by intelligence, an IQ test. It's not that far out the realm of possibility.
I wish I'd had my channel way back then and blind reacted to that because I got that spot on. There's no such thing, in my view, as an intelligent doctor. They're either stupid or evil. I have never met an intelligent or good doctor. The amount of people who I meet who are actually intelligent, they don't ever tend to be doctors or engineers or anything like that. They're generally entrepreneurs or they do other things that are to help benefit humanity. Or they can be the other thing and do evil stuff. But Jubilee has done a new video. And this video is, can 100 women find the highest IQ? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, no, they can't. Because if there is one surefire thing about women, it's that they love lying to your face. The fattest girl in the room will always be seen as the prettiest. Girls will say that the fattest girl in the room is potentially the hottest one because they want to be seen as nice.
Oh my God, I love your bracelet. Where did you get it?
Just so you know, if you're one of those nice girls that is just nice to people's faces, I do not trust you. If you're honest, I want more of you. With that being said, we're going to watch this video and see just how many girls are going to lie through their teeth and how many of them are actually going to be pretty stupid. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the episodes of Trauma.HQ, do a little favor for me and hit that like button for this video, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss another episode. All right, back to the rest of it. Okay. The thing about IQ is that IQ is not an easy determination. On paper, you might be able to come across intelligent, but in person, you won't. Experience can usually trump your IQ. Because what good is your IQ if you've got a 140 IQ, but you don't know how to start a fire? It's a very touch and go topic. It's something that there's an awful lot of research behind, but no one can fully understand it. However, you know that you're in the presence of someone who is super intelligent if they're able to argue a point that you understand. So let's see if any of the girls know how to do that.
It's time for the first round, so we need the 10 people who believe they have the lowest IQ to leave. When you decide to leave, please exit by pressing the counter and then stepping aside. Your time starts now.
Oh, I'm down. Yeah. I'm out of here.
Oh, wow.
The reason I left first is because I knew like one question on that test. So I graduated when I was 16. That is smart, but I also looked up the answers. So I feel like I'm more of a creative person than someone that is smart. I've never been that bright.
I'm going to fight back on this girl here. I actually reckon she's more intelligent than she actually believes that she is. Creative people have a higher intelligence than those who are not as creative. So I reckon she's just shooting herself down a little bit. I think she's in the higher average class.
I don't know if that's gonna.
I don't think I'm top 10, but
I didn't even get asked any questions.
we haven't even said anything.
Wow, I thought we had more time. I was like about to speak, boom, just a bunch of people left. I was like, oh shoot, well, guess I'll stick around for a while, see what's going on.
It was really kind of upsetting to see that so many women were so quick to kind of dismiss their own abilities and their own capabilities and to leave immediately. But I know what it feels like to be in that position where you just feel like you aren't capable, even though deep down you are.
People who have a higher intelligence can distinguish the thoughts and feelings of their emotions. The fact that she said it was very upsetting to see that, I was like, why is it upsetting? It doesn't have to be upsetting. It is what it is. There are people with insecurities. I understand that she understands that there are people with insecurities, but get over it.
Well, that's the fastest that's ever gone. Let's move on to the next round. Welcome to round 2. We're asking you to leave if you believe you're ranked 50 and below. You have 5 minutes for 40 people to leave. Your time starts now.
Growing up, like I always thought of myself to be intelligent, but like I was like a B+ student. Like I never had like a 4.0 or whatever, and like I even didn't really do well on tests. Yeah. Have you heard that statistic, right? Like if like applying for the same job, like it's much higher that the man will apply with less qualifications than a woman who's overly qualified to apply for the same job.
And then the man will like exaggerate what he's like.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with intelligence. Whenever men are confident enough to go for a job, even though they're underqualified, and women are overqualified for a job and they won't apply for it, that has nothing to do with intelligence. That has a lot more to do with your abilities and your confidence level in your abilities than it actually has anything to do with whether or not you're going to go for a job. That has nothing to do with intelligence. I'm going to say this girl is in the average 0.2, probably the lower down. I don't know if they're going to show everybody, but that was a pretty bad argument.
Yes. Yeah. I work in the medical field, and it's predominantly male, and they often look down upon like female doctors.
Yeah, because in nursing, guess what? It's women, but it gets just higher up. It's men.
Look, gender is not the role of intelligence. Your gender has nothing to do with your intelligence. There just so happens to be a factor that men are more intelligent than women, but women have a higher emotional intelligence. Those two are not the same thing at all. But of course, it's going to be more male dominated because, yeah, maybe the fact that men do have a higher intelligence, that's why there's so many more in that field. But we are talking about the medical field here. The medical field doesn't have so many people that are intelligent as they are cluster B. A lot of people get confused between the idea of intelligence and charisma. I've pointed this out before. People are attracted to charisma, and if a person has got a wider vocabulary because of the things that they have learned, they're going to automatically assume that that person is more intelligent. That is not the case. Just because you have learned a language, just because you are academically gifted, does not mean that you are intelligent. Anyone above an IQ of 95 can learn anything. It's a skill set. It does not mean that you are going to be intelligent.
Like we have to prove ourselves more intelligence-wise, even though like a lot of men know that we're smart in a sense. It's like want to accept it. Yeah, men are like the ones who kind of predominantly take the field, and I wonder if it's like a deeper meaning that I won't really get into right now.
As biology and applied mathematics, like women and intelligence is such a like super important topic because like we're super underrepresented in those fields as women. Like it's so empowering to see other women doing the things you want to do. Like I want to get my PhD, I want to go to law school. Like those are things that like seeing women in those positions of power and knowing like I'm intelligent enough to get there with them is so empowering.
I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but these girls are all fighting based on the fact that their gender is misrepresented. Your gender does not have that intelligence. It's that simple. The reason why you're underrepresented is because you don't have as many people who are that intelligent. I'm putting this girl, like, she has the vocabulary, she is educated. That means nothing. That means absolutely nothing. Dependent on her background, I would say she actually has got her parents still together. So I would say that this girl, most likely, she sounds as though she's 115. By the way, I am actually really good at picking up roughly whereabouts people are IQ-wise. I'm going to sound like an obnoxious twat. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to say it. I am an arrogant twat. Come at me, whatever. I don't care. I really don't care. I am an arrogant twat.
We were growing in like so many ways, but then when a lot of people left at the beginning, as opposed to like,
it's sad.
It made me sad
because it's like you should be proud of like you should be proud of how intelligent you are. Like society like puts women
Yes,
down.
I feel like women. That's like the least thing we think that we're confident in, but yet we are like insanely smart.
I think it's also just taking an IQ test. Like people don't measure intelligence.
Intelligence and IQ are two very different
from
things.
like your social skills and like just stuff like that. So common sense street smarts versus just like entering.
I would put money on it. None of them would ever know how to start a fire. Where's the men?
I grew up a very smart kid. It kind of became the way I defined myself, and I think it ended up being how I valued myself growing up.
I was valedictorian and got really high grades, and then went to college and did the same thing. And moving from a very achievement-based field into acting, the arts, which is so completely out of left field in terms of achievement-based, was a really hard pivot for me. It's honestly been a really important shift for me as an individual because I could no longer place value in something that I would get a number for.
So what does your intelligence say about that? I was stupid and went into acting. This girl is smart and went into acting. That's not good. Having dyslexia and ADHD, you're kind of put in the special needs part of the class. I was at the special table with the other autistics and ADHDs. Because of the unfortunate inability that I have that is not considered academic, that meant that I was stupid, which unfortunately is not actually the case. One of the most intelligent people of all time is Albert Einstein, who just so happened to be dyslexic and have ADHD. It took me almost until the age of 30 to actually acknowledge the fact that I have dyslexia. I was able to say that I have dyslexia. And it was very debilitating for such a long time, especially having a narcissistic mother, because that was the biggest shame in the family, having a child that couldn't read or write. And now I have 3 degrees.
Yeah. I would say that anyone that's leaving, now that I'm talking, which might be me, a little more emotionally, like confident in their emotional intelligence.
It's tough because emotional intelligence is still intelligence.
Yeah,
like,
but it's not like
smart
math problem.
But they're talking about just
Emotional intelligence and intelligence, they're not the same thing. This is the unfortunate thing that has happened to women in society. Emotional intelligence was something that we were very powerful with. And unfortunately, now with the societal pressure of us wanting to be extreme in our fields of STEM and to try and be names of ourselves, we are now striving to want to have a higher IQ and completely disregarding our EQ. Look at how women are nowadays. The EQ has dropped massively. Women are so much more entitled to what they believe that they should have. Social media has dropped our emotional intelligence because now women are becoming more narcissistic. And the entitlement that comes from women nowadays saying that they should be entitled to the best jobs, to have the life that they deserve, have everything and more, just because they're a woman. No.
Sorry, Mom and Dad, if you see this. I didn't have parents that are educated, and I feel like I have always been a little bit slower to learn, you know? So like, I had a hard time, but it's no big deal.
This will be interesting. Where do I reckon she'll probably be average.
Okay, I already saw it. Oh man. Okay, I'm just gonna open it because I think that this will be comedy. Oh my God. Bro, I can't do a test, can't open an envelope.
I take it back, I reckon she might be slow. Can't open an envelope.
So I got my score. You know what? That's not the lowest though. So I only answered 2 questions and that's not the lowest. So I don't know.
Oh, that's low. I don't know if I'm jealous of people with that level of an IQ. Ignorance is bliss, right? No, don't live into that, Olivia, no.
You should definitely stay. I feel like I should though. Like, even if I feel like I should. At least top 20.
Okay, that girl is really, really irritating. And I reckon she's also heavily narcissistic as well. Same as the doctor.
I like your definition.
I know, I was gonna say, I like my definition.
In the Jubilee one, that's all I kept on thinking was how narcissistic that doctor was.
Me, I don't know, PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 testing kits.
Just pointing out the obvious, that's all.
Yeah, it's the social metric versus like, I feel happy. Exactly. Like, if you feel smart, for some reason you can't like,
when you say, oh, I'm smart, oh, I'm intelligent, it's like,
it's like people,
yeah, it's so cringy.
People think that you can't, I feel sad because it's like, some people might be smarter than others, but you can't say that because it's socially conditioned that you feel bad for being smart.
Should you feel bad for being smart? No. No one should ever feel bad for being smart. And you shouldn't feel bad for being stupid. But you certainly shouldn't feel bad for being smart.
I didn't really grow up in like the U.S. education system. In general, I like to consider myself an intelligent person in different ways, but when it comes to U.S. standardized testing, I think being honest with myself, there is a gap in the way that I was taught versus how education is taught here. And on that note, I think I should politely exit, but bye, Chris.
I don't believe so. If she is coming from an Eastern standard, like That's where most of the high intelligent people actually are. I believe it's Japan has got the highest IQ per capita. So I'm not saying that's where she's from. I can't really tell where she's from. By that standard, if she was thinking that the American standard versus, you know, the Asian standard, wherever she's from, she would then be considered more intelligent because the education system in America is diabolical.
Because I feel like for me, the definition of being intelligent is just so skewed by society, which obviously I know I'm intelligent in many ways, but I know I'm good.
You're so smart. You got this.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
I can't handle it. I can't handle when girls are like, you're so smart, you're so pretty. No, girl, work, slay. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It's so fake. When I meet girls, they're like, oh no, but you're so pretty. I'm like, and I know that you are the last person I would ever trust with anything. I just, no. No.
All right, I know, but I'm not in the top 10, so I'm out. No, yeah, I know.
Stay. Bro, you're top 10. You better stay.
You stay. You stay.
Oh, I can't stand that girl.
So I left when I did because I know for a fact I'm very self-aware, and I know out of 100 people I'm not going to be number one.
Ooh, okay. Being self-aware, they've just given her the envelope. Being self-aware is actually a really good thing, and it does actually elevate your intelligence. So I reckon she's going to be a lot higher up than she thinks.
Why not? Like, I know that it's not going to be a very great number. What? This is not... Are you serious? That's crazy. I don't believe this.
124, 10th. She was in the top 10. She was in the top 10 with an IQ of 124. That's interesting. Only because I know my IQ. I'm feeling good.
I'm a biology and applied mathematics. I want to go into environmental conservation. So like I want to go for my PhD and like that kind of stuff.
You know what? Yeah, you know PhD.
What are you studying? No.
Education. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this. Your education does not dictate your IQ. Okay? If anything, for an awful lot of people, the more educated you are, the dumber you can be. Believe me, I've met a lot of PhDs, a lot of people with higher education. They're the dumbest people you'll ever meet. This girl here, top 20 most, but she's definitely, I don't feel like that girl is, she's really grinding on me, massively. She's too much of a showboater. Yeah, she must be narcissistic.
I believe that majority of people do believe I'm smart from the way I talk. The energy that I put off is a thing that just knows about a lot of things, even if I don't know it. With specifically an IQ test, I know that there are a lot more intelligent women in this room.
I reckon she's going to be pretty smart.
Effort into learning these types of things.
I reckon she's in the top 10.
I'm not determining this for anything. No, this is not, I did not. No, I don't. No, this is weird. Even though I said all those things, I'm in marketing. I have always been in the things in the arts, like acting and drama. I have not ever been like, the math part was so hard also. I did try. I tried very hard on this test.
Yeah, that was not shocking to me. That was not, I knew she was going to be in the high 120s. She has the demeanor. See the difference between this girl's demeanor and this girl's demeanor in how they communicate? This is another way of how you can tell people's IQ. When someone is more reserved in themselves and more aware, they're self-aware, they've most likely got a higher IQ. The one that is more showboating.
But I have had an actual psychological evaluation for my IQ.
Hey, me, you in the same boat. Mine was for English literature.
Oh,
so
nice.
they ranked me really high.
They also did that for me too.
I was like, okay. For IQ tests, as much as people like to say they're not important, they are, because it kind of gauges where we can go in society, because I mean, you don't want a brain surgeon, you know, being really good at art and awful at math. I mean, that wouldn't really make any sense. So I think it's important to a degree based off of what you as a person want to go into.
Okay, she's an idiot. IQ tests don't mean jack shit. It doesn't matter if you are a surgeon that is good at art. If anything, you want a surgeon who is good at art. I have family members who are significantly intelligent. When I say significant, like they're genius and very artistic, as well as also being entrepreneurial. So yeah, creativity is a good indicator for your IQ. Not saying it is the be all and end all. You have to be able to understand and associate between certain problems. But I'm saying this girl's not very smart.
I think guys care more about IQ than women do. I've never cared.
Also, there's times in my life where I felt like I was really smart because of like, the environment of it, and then like especially I definitely felt like stupidest person in the room many times. But I feel like you can always get smarter, so I'd rather be stupider and be getting stuff.
The biggest problem is for any woman who has an IQ above 120, a long-term partner for a high intelligent woman is going to be a lot harder for a woman to find. Women don't just need emotional intelligence, they need to have intellectual stimulation. So if a guy cannot meet the intellectual stimulation, it's not going to work in that relationship.
I wouldn't consider myself to be a very emotional person, but I get really emotional around like girls in general. I feel like I just feel really supported in this group, and I also feel girls tend to downplay their intelligence anyway. It says a lot about women just trying to be humble, and I think humility is a good thing, but I also think it's good to be forward with your gifts, you know?
I'm just going to say there's humility and then there's delusion. And I definitely do believe that an awful lot of these girls are delusional.
Because you guys aren't leaving, I have to pair you up and you have to decide between each other. Okay, so you two, you two, you two, you two, 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 and two. Now that you guys are in pairs, you can either leave together or one of you must leave.
Oh, shoot. Oh, wow. Are you so confident?
I have an envelope here with your score.
I feel like high school and college me would just die to know this number. I think I've done so much personal growth at this point that I honestly don't give a f. I really don't. This isn't a mark of my value as a human being. It doesn't define how I treat other people, and especially being a creative, it doesn't have any impact on my ability to share with the world my talent, which is acting. So I'm gonna choose not to open it.
Oh, that's so annoying because I swear she's like 15. That's really annoying.
One person from that pair.
Okay. Wait, Maya, two people. Dang it. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's just one more person.
It's us. I could leave.
It's up to you. I know I couldn't. Are you sure?
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Oh, that's it. My partner made the choice and was like, hey, if you want to stay, you can. If not, I'll stay. So they ended up leaving, which I kind of wish they stayed. Mistakes have been made.
Wow.
I felt that my partner was more enthusiastic. I felt like she had something to show and talk about, so I just let her do her thing.
Oh, that's it.
I was gonna leave before the top 10, to be honest, and the only reason I stayed was because people were telling me to stay. I think friends are great motivators, and I've made a lot of friends here today.
I have a very strong feeling that this girl is very strongly liberal.
You guys are the 10 that believe you have the highest IQ in the entire room, but we still need to narrow it down to just one person. You guys have 2 minutes to nominate who you want to be the one.
Why don't we go around and say why we think it's us? Does anyone want to start first?
Yes. You want to start?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm open to the idea of it being somebody else. I believe I have an over average IQ, so I'm actually planning on going to law school because I think I'm very structured with my analytical skills. So that's why I advocated for myself to kind of be one of the top 10.
I went to law school, MBA, business school, and optometry school. So every school I've applied to, program applied to, I've gotten in. I really love to read. I'm an avid reader. So I average about 380 books per year, and I almost have a photographic memory.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive.
That's me out.
I
memory of a bird.
I thoroughly enjoy cognitive skills activities, and that's a strength of mine. And I graduated early from my university, and I began a graduate program. I dropped out because TikTok, but that was a valid opportunity. That was an intelligent decision, in my opinion.
Oh my God! You know what? Now that I'm in this situation, I don't know, but I will say I know like random facts. I have ADHD, so it's kind of like I forget stuff and then stuff comes back aggressively. So book smarts, I don't know about that, but like anime, comic books, cartoons, arts, crafts. Oh, I know everything about that. But yeah,
So like, yeah, bless. I feel bad for her because she doesn't know how to sell herself. That's not a bad thing, but like what she was saying before, no, I would not put her as an intelligent person.
I'm from Vietnam, and I was raised in a family where my parents didn't go to college. I tried my best to learn English. I came here like 8 years ago. I study and work myself up. So in terms of intelligence, I feel like you also have to put a lot of hard work and have like a big autonomy. The thing, like, you can do it. I'm just advocating for myself, but I think I have chosen who I think would be the smartest too.
My little anecdote is that I started doing this thing. I came up with like a function, like a math problem function that I just did for like a grounding exercise. And I started like telling it to people I went on dates with. So now it's like this running joke with like my friends and stuff that I'll give them the function on the first date or afterwards, and then they have to like solve it to go on a date, the second date.
Yeah, no, she's not top 10 either. There's no difference between her and the girl in the white top, Taylor. There's no difference.
But it's not about solving it. That's like, it's just like I like to see how they like think about it and how creative they are and if they have fun in the dialect. So yeah, I guess that's not really about my intelligence, but.
A big reason that I'm here is because my friends and the friends that I've made here have been pushing me to stay, like encouraging me, like, you are smart enough, you are good enough, and it's really awesome to have like women encouraging other women to stick around and stay. I'm really proud of my capability.
So you know all of those girls. This girl is really grinding on me. Like there's something very, very wrong and off about her. She's describing every single person that she's met as a friend. That is a very strong word to use. I thought she was talking about her actual friends outside of this, but no, she's talking about the actual women that she has just met that day and have said, these are my friends. Okay, that's very strong and injectory language. So I'm saying, no, I am not a fan of this girl. I don't believe she's intelligent. I believe she's average at best, potentially on the above side because she has got something else to add to her, but yeah.
Abilities that I have, it's not necessarily like a competition of like what I do and what I don't do. I'm just really proud of like how far I've come in my own academic journey, and like whether I'm the smartest person or not, like it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just like proud of my own progress and proud of my own capabilities. So I'd say that.
Rock on, that's a pop star.
Hello, I know academics isn't all of it. I've been in honors for like middle school, high school, college. I've gone scholarships, many awards. I plan on going to law school, which is like very rigorous and stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I'm the one.
I don't know if the most intelligent person is in this group.
Yeah, after hearing everyone's stories, I definitely don't think I am the one, but I really resonate with what Taylor said, being a woman in STEM. I'm a chemist, and all of my workplaces, even my classes back in university, were all male-dominated, and I felt like that always kind of made me feel a level below everyone else in my class. But again, with the support of my friends and my peers, I know that I am smarter than what I think I am. And I think IQ too, it's a lot about exposure. It's genetics and exposure and like.
To a certain degree, yes, it does actually have something to do with your genetics. There have been many, many studies done, unethical studies. And when I say unethical, they separated twins at birth to understand how IQ actually works. Yeah, there is a certain amount of genetics. it also comes down to what the parents will actually educate their children with as well, and the type of environment that the children are exposed to, especially from a very young age. But yeah, you could have an IQ of 140 and still not know how to start a fire.
A lot of the girls, when they were talking about themselves, started shaking and kind of getting like just nervous, to be honest, that they thought that they might have the highest IQ. It really did. It made me so emotional because I just feel like those girls were really smart, and I wish that they were more confident and honest about that. Yeah, so I actually honestly don't think I have the highest IQ in this circle. I am so much more confident in like my emotional intelligence and other ways that I actually view intelligence. And I actually think that the person with the highest IQ in the room may not be the most intelligent anyway. But yeah.
Oh, that's a bit of a dig. Ouch. To be fair, I have said that a couple of times, start a fire. I'm not liking any of these girls to be the candidate. None of them is actually jumping out as someone who is the most intelligent out of them. So I'm not confident that the most intelligent person in that room is actually in that top 10. Although she's a good candidate. She could be. I don't know.
Dang, this is difficult. I have a top 3 right now. Shoot. Compared to everybody else, their achievements, oh my God. I was like, dang, I'm sitting next to 3 people. I'm like, y'all are my top 3. I was like, if I could pick 3 people, oh my God, the people who are next to me, I nominate Desiree.
Yeah. I don't agree, it's me. But thank you for the nomination.
I personally think it's Nancy. I think a lot of people were talking about like how experience really builds you and shapes you, and I feel like you have like a really, really strong story that kind of like aligns with what we all think kind of builds IQ, so I honestly think it might be you.
Something's pulling me towards Sydney.
I'm actually going to vote for Taylor. I think the way that you spoke, just like eloquently, really brought things together, and I was like, yeah, you seem very intelligent with like the way that you spoke about that. So yeah.
I agree. I think you were very intelligent, but I'm gonna go with Taylor because I think that what you said, I think it's a very like humble perspective for you to be self-aware. Like it's one of those people that's kind of like the background or like the sidekick, but they're super important, you know? And so I think that you need to step into your superhero thing, and I think, you know, I want to advocate for you.
Am I the ass? I'm sorry, but I'm not buying what this girl's selling. So, I mean, I feel like the ass because, you know, they're all... But I'm very much a person, I can see through people's BS very, very easily. And all I see is BS from this one. So there's so many red flags about this girl and how she communicates certain things. I maybe it's just me because, you know, I know too many people like that. I'm not buying that this is the one. She has been able to persuade everyone else, which again, if I am right, proves that charisma wins people over more so than intelligence. I really want to be wrong. I really don't like this girl. I don't know why, I just don't like her. There's something very off.
All right, everyone, it looks like you all voted and have agreed that Taylor is nominated to be the one. Everyone else, please leave the group. It's time to find out if Taylor is the one.
I'm gonna open it. I don't think that IQ has anything to do with like real intelligence or what I actually value in intelligence, so this number's not gonna mean much. Yeah? Okay. Are you sure? Okay. Okay, I guess I take it back. So I got 2. Okay, I thought it wouldn't mean much because I actually assumed that I would score really low. So this actually means a lot. I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised I would do this well.
I thought she was going to get pretty high. So yeah, I'm glad that I got that one right. I don't know who the number 1 is, but I thought that she was definitely the best one out of all the other girls.
So excited. It's my golden ticket. Oh my God. Am I gonna get chocolate if I open this?
Okay, this is the one that I believe is actually not that bright.
Oh my goodness. That's awful. What? Do I have to show it? I'm shook. Oh no. Please hire me. I'm so sorry. I'm very smart. Girl, I have 100 people.
People who think that intelligence is going to be the be-all and end-all, especially for doctors, yeah, we got problems.
Oh, girl, I can't go outside. I'm not that intelligent. I don't street smarts. Oh, Lord, I need to read more.
Okay, so how are you feeling right now?
Really nervous, to be honest. I'm very, very thankful that like people think so highly of me. Like I feel very, very respected in this group of women right now, which is something that I never thought I would say. But it's definitely very nerve-wracking to be up here.
Yeah.
It's very tough to hear like so many other like amazing women talking about like how intelligent they are and to like stand up there and say like, no, I fit in with these other women. So.
Right. Now it's time to see if Taylor is the one. If the light turns green, then Taylor is the one. If the light turns red, then it's someone else in the crowd. Let's change the light in 3, 2, 1.
I want to know what she is. I want to know what she is.
I was not disappointed. I had a feeling that I wasn't the one. I don't know, I would like to know where I was ranked, but I knew that I wasn't the one, and I kept saying that, but nobody wanted to listen to me when I said I wasn't the one. Okay.
Can you show the camera?
Oh.
I can't remember what I said. I think I said 115. She has the exact same personality as this one. The exact same. With the same goals, same ambition, same everything. I don't know what that proves. I think that the lack of emotional intelligence makes you come across even worse than you actually are.
I'm not unhappy that I looked at it, but I think like a big thing that I preach is like comparison is like, I think like comparison really is the thief of joy, and I find myself like getting caught in comparing myself to other people a lot.
I'm not doing that. I feel a lot of things for a lot of people, but this, no. I can't be dealing with narc tears. That's all I can feel. Like for me, she feels so narcissistic, it's not even funny.
One really is on a heat.
We didn't really hear an awful lot about this one. We didn't hear her speaking. There was very little that she actually said. So, well, the quietest one in the room, hey?
Having conversations with them, like, I just felt, you know, they're just greater. Greater intelligence, greater emotional intelligence, greater life experiences, like, and I just felt that. You know, I could compare, but I didn't want to push. I didn't want to do any, you know, put myself on top. But here I am, and I'm still in disbelief, and I'm shaking, and I'm grateful for all of you girls. I have so much love for you. I was shocked. I didn't process it at first, like that my name was called, because I don't know, I just didn't really think about it. Like there's chemists and lawyers in the group, and then I'm here as a DJ.
So her IQ is 143. That puts her in the superior category, which it puts her in the top 1%, which is pretty remarkable. I can't even imagine what it would be like to be in the 130 category of IQ, never mind the 140 category. And there are people that surpass even that. But clearly the average who are narcissistic think that they are better than everyone else. All right, my lovelies, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Trauma Pond HQ. If you have, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Tell me whatever you want. It's not going to affect me. I'm already traumatized. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time for another episode of Trauma Pond HQ. Mwah.